All right, we're giving this another try with Clarissa. I think that she'll be able to get on now. Let's see. Her connection was down before, so hopefully she'll be able to get in now as we're requesting. Oh, all right, she is here, so let's see if we can connect. Thank you. Everyone's loving the green turtleneck today. I think this is only the second time I've worn it, but I'm going to have to wear it more. All right, Clarissa, I am going to try to connect with you. I'm going to send you a request. See if that works. Oh, it works.
Hi!
Hi, how are you?
I love that color on you.
Thank
Wow.
you. I know everyone's really loving it today.
You look beautiful. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. My connection was down completely, but finally I'm online. I was so stressed, but I'm happy to be here.
No worries. We're not like on live television or anything. We're not really on a crazy deadline, so it's fine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, though. I'm so excited.
I know. I'm so excited that you could do this. I mean, I'm such a fan. I just love your line so much. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. I saw you wearing your shade jacket earlier.
I know. I wore it last night. It's like the most comfortable thing, and it's so chic. Obviously, you have yours on right now.
I do.
For everyone who doesn't know Clarissa, this is Clarissa, and she is the designer of Port de Bras, which is one of my favorite. I don't even know, would you call it an athleisure brand? I mean, I feel like it's so much more than that.
It's a lifestyle brand based on athleisure basis, I guess. It's my lifestyle, and I know it's the lifestyle of so many other women out there that are working and that are trying to stay healthy and that have kids and that are running a household. I mean, as women, we're doing so many things, and it's the reality. That's what it is right now for us. And I mean, the whole concept of high heels or jeans or like suits. I mean, of course, I love fashion and it's in every form, and I respect every form of fashion because I'm into fashion. I love it, but in the reality of my everyday activities, I needed something that was really comfortable and that really worked with my health and me and my lifestyle, and that I could wear with sneakers and still look chic and cute and elegant. So that's the basis of it all, just making a line that sticks to all those beautiful things we see from the runway and just bring it to earth, you know, to every day.
Well, I feel like that's kind of the key word. I feel like elevate, right? So it's like, it's just, I mean, there's a lot of really beautiful athletic lines and athleisure designs, and, you know, there's a lot to choose from these days, but I think that yours is so different and unique because it just feels like it's elevated. So you almost want to wear it, even if you're not working out, like you want to wear it as part of your normal everyday wardrobe. And it's just, I don't know, the designs just feel so much more elevated. And I was thinking about it. It's like, there's a lot of times where, you know, you're thinking like, okay, work out to brunch or whatever, you know, you see all those stories all the time. But I was thinking, and yours is more like, workout to life or life to workout. Like it's very intertwined. It's very much lifestyle, not just workout.
And a lot of work actually, because I work so much, like all day, every day. It's just my lifestyle is working. So I needed something that would suit me up fast, and I would look fresh and, as you said, elevated. So I work with a lot of literal elevation of the shoulders, and elevation of the neck, and elevation of the whole silhouette, because I'm trying to find those those things that will make you feel elegant and confident and empowered. You know, that structure here just makes you like, I'm sitting here and I'm being recognized, and I need that, you know, to be able to shine bright, because there's so much competition online, offline, and I feel like we're all looking for those structured pieces that will make us look, you know, better.
Yeah, you sit a little
Our best
taller,
version.
right? You like have a little bit
A little
more
taller.
of a different, a
Right.
little bit more of a different stance.
Exactly, like you do today with your turtleneck. It's not Porter Bra, but I'm obsessed with it. I need
know,
it in my life.
It's
I
so
just-
good, right? I like bought it a while ago and I never really wear it because I'm literally glowing when I walk down the street.
You're inspiring a piece right now as we speak.
Okay,
Like, I already have this piece, and now I know I'm gonna bring it in that color out because of you. So it might have your name
great.
on
Just
it.
call it the Jasmine. I'll know which one it is.
Okay, sounds great. I think I call it jazz because we already have the Jasmine pants, and people would be a little confused.
Perfect.
But
Call
the
it
jazz
jazz.
stuff, I'm loving it.
I love that. So tell me how, I mean, obviously this baby was in your head and it's so, you know, it's so about your life, but how did you get your start? How did you even, you know, get it off the ground?
I'm an entrepreneur. I've always been, like, since I was little, I was playing games of having like my own magazine and my own bank. So obviously I was a little entrepreneur since I was a kid.
Right.
So when I started college, I started my first swimwear line. I loved it. First, I started selling a Colombian swimwear brand here in Venezuela, and it got really famous. And I ended up, like, they ended up opening their store here, so I ended up like outside the team. So I started my own. And at that time, I just knew that it was in me to find my way and bring whatever was on my mind to life, and that was actually possible, and that people would actually buy it. So I had that confidence since I was very little, because people actually responded to my first startup. So after that, I went to the States, lived there for 10 years and worked corporate and learned a lot of PR, a lot of marketing, a lot of branding in places like Cartier and History Channel. And that also gave me a lot of confidence, because I felt like I had a good, you know, basis of how a company should be run, how a brand should be treated with respect, and what's important, what's the DNA, and how to, you know, sort of communicate that to your community. So when I wanted to start something new again, and I just didn't know what it was going to be, because I thought of many things, because it all started pretty much on the basis of I wanted something to be sustainable. I wanted something to be eco-friendly, because so much of that was lacking 5 years ago. Today I feel a lot better, but even 5 years ago, which seems like it was yesterday, or 6 years ago, it was hard to find good products, beauty products. So I thought of beauty products. I just knew I wanted something meaningful. I wanted to tell a story. I wanted to tell my story. And it's
You
sort
didn't
of...
know specifically that it was going to be what it is right now. You just knew that you wanted to create something that was empowering and that also is sustainable and felt true to you.
Exactly. So I didn't have any experience in any field at this point, like, meaning I didn't have experience in beauty products or even fashion. To be honest, I mean, the industry of fashion is so complicated, so complex. I had no real connections. I had no real, you know, experience of any kind. So it was very brave of me to actually start an athleisure brand. At that point, I was doing a lot of bar, and I loved it. And I felt like bar was growing within the States, and I felt that there wasn't a brand that would actually cater to that standard of warming up ballerina. So I'm like, this is what I want. I want a warm up ballerina, a beautiful girl, girly, feminine, elegant, classic, and I want her in sustainable clothes. That's what I envisioned. So I started it thinking, you know, I'll bring an investor, I'll do something great, and I'll hire great agencies, and we're gonna do this because it's just such a good concept. the name port de bras means the movement of the arms in ballet. So to me, it was classic, universal, timeless. I mean, honestly, I thought I had the perfect brand in my hands, and I was really thinking I was going to get an investor and make something huge out of it. So that's how I started, with a very sharp business angle. And my husband's like, Clarissa, why don't you just enjoy what you're doing? Because you're doing it beautifully. Stop thinking of the business and try to enjoy the art of what you're doing. It's coming out great. Just relax and, you know, have a good time. So when I saw him being so like kind about it, and so I felt less of a pressure and I started really enjoying it. And that's how 5 years later, in a very slow path, no investors, no partners, just my husband and me and my kids and my team. And it's become something I just love so much that people can tell when they receive their clothes. They tell me, how is this so special? Like, I feel like I just got something out of, I don't know. And I'm like, because we're here, we're building it for you. We're making it with love. We're making it with your name on it. We want to make a special entrance to your life with a nice, you know, a nice note, a nice gesture. So we're just doing it with love, and it's growing organically. And now we're in a place that we're really excited to where it's going to take us, and how we can change a little bit of that, you know, standard in the industry of being a little aloof or not to engage with the community because it's luxury. So we've got to have like a space between us. We're trying to break that space and bring luxury to a more connected, more spiritual,
a little bit more friendly
level. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I instantly felt that when I discovered your brand, and now at this point, I can't even, I mean, time is just, it's crazy. Everything's all blending together. So it feels like it was so long ago that I had discovered it, and then I sort of rediscovered it this summer, and then I ordered a piece, and it was just something that was always on my mind. But when I discovered it, I was like, that's how I felt. I was just like, this is so beautiful. And for me, the name of the brand felt so nostalgic for me, because I come from a family of dancers, and so instantly I was like, I love this. Oh my gosh, it's the best name. And,
you are the target, Jess. You're the target.
And it just felt like, you know, the femininity of it was really what drew me in. I think the name and the femininity of it is that, you know, it felt fashion, which was obviously attractive to me. But I think what's really cool is that a lot of athleisure wear and so many brands, you know, they can feel really athletic. Or if you're someone that maybe does a bar class or you're a dancer, sometimes you just don't really know where you kind of fit in those categories. And so I really like this because it has the ruffles and it has the feminine aspects, but it's still, you know, sporty, and it's just, it feels comfortable for at least people like me. And obviously,
and I love that you said nostalgia, because that's something that definitely connects us to so many things that are important to us. Everything that relates to our past, to our childhood, to those moments where we were looking at ourselves in the mirror, becoming little ballerinas. Most women went to at least one ballet class in their lives. Like, most women have been in that space at a point. So it calls a lot for nostalgia, and that's basically why I chose that name and that point of inspiration, because that femininity, I felt like a lot of the clothes were very masculine, you know, which is very cool, and it's a look, and it's what's, you know, it's a vibe, and it's cool, and I embrace it. I love my masculine side, and I love it. But then I was lacking that, you know, the ruffles. When I started getting ruffles into sports bras, I cannot tell you. People were like, what is that? Like, who wears that to gym? Is that for the gym? Is that to work out? I'm like, it took me years. I've been making those for 4 years, you know? And nobody got them. They're like, no, it's too much. I'm not going to wear that. I'm like, no, but please try it out. It's so beautiful. You'll see yourself in the mirror. You'll see you changing your own concept. I mean, you're looking at yourself in the mirror for an hour. Just try to look your best, because it's going to boost your mood. It's going to boost your everything, you know. It's just, you need to be okay with that person. Yes, it sets you up for the day. Exactly. So I was making people try it, even if they were resisting it so badly, because it felt it was too much. And now, finally, I don't know if it's the pandemic or what's going on, but people are being more, investing more, not even investing in terms of money, but investing in terms of caring about how they look when they're working out. instead of the old sweatshirt with the old leggings and feel comfortable and that's it. People are more invested in how they're going to be looking at themselves in the mirror for an hour or more, you know?
Yeah, well, I think that they, people are investing in what I've always felt is really important is sort of feel good fashion is what I always call it. It's like whatever's going to make you feel good. So for me personally, something that's a bit more feminine because that's closer to my personal style, but that's going to make me feel great. I mean, I've never met a shoulder detail or a ruffle that I didn't love. So instantly I see that and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so me. And I am going to feel amazing when I wear it. It might be a little bit of a jump for someone else and they have to give it a try. But either way, I think you're right. You're staring at yourself for an hour in the mirror while you're doing a workout, whether you're at the gym or you're taking a class. And you want to feel good when you're looking at yourself. And you want the clothes to feel good on your body, but you just want to feel confident. You want to stand up straight. And all of those elements go into it. I think nostalgia is a huge part of feeling good when you get dressed, whether that means memories of, like you said, a dance class, or it could be like a great night out that you had with your girlfriends and a t-shirt that you remember and you just can't get rid of it. And I think it's a big, important part of everyone's wardrobes that we kind of forget about.
Totally. Not anymore, though. We're changing.
Not anymore.
Yes, it's changing.
So
it is. I can see it.
I have to ask you, I feel like you've been busier than ever and, you have kids and you juggle a lot, but how do you keep the pressure off of yourself? Because I think it's a slippery slope, especially for moms, but it's a slippery slope during this time to not put that pressure on ourselves. And I'm sure, it would be a lie to say that you don't ever, but in the times that you do, and if you can kind of dig yourself out of it, how do you dig yourself out?
It's very hard. One of the things that I hate about it, saying no, a lot of no's, because there's just one me and they need me in many places. My kids need me, my husband, I need myself, my team, I have a big team, they need to talk to me. So I cannot be so available because I love to help charities and I love to engage with other brands and, help them stand out and, work with people. I love connecting and I love helping and I love empowering, but it's been a crazy journey lately for me to be able to do everything for everybody who wants something. So it's been really hard to put, to create limits and to say no, but it's the only way I'm not pressured into one thing my schedule looks really crazy. So I'm really trying to learn how to say no in a very empathic and a very nice way without sounding like, oh yeah, now you're going to say no because now your brand's great. It's not about now or before. It's about that my time, it's just 24 hours a day. So that's one thing that I'm learning how to do, and it's tough. It's not a nice thing. And creating those limits and to not pressure yourself too much. Like, for instance, I've been, now open to wholesale. So it's a new game. We've been focusing into direct to consumer for all these years. As my husband said to me, just enjoy and learn and make sure that everything is in place when you make that jump, into wholesale and big retailers. But obviously I've been pressured because I feel like they've been in touch and they want the product, but then I have to say sort of no sometimes because it's impossible for me to fulfill during the pandemic. So I feel pressured, but then, it's a very hard thing to keep balance when exciting things are happening and maybe you're not even ready to go from one minute to the other. It's a transition, it takes time. And even for me to understand that, it's really hard. So I'm in that journey of learning that things take time, that we need to progress into things in a natural, organic way, not rush them because then they're dead after a minute. And you have to really, evolve to be there and have success. So it's all been a learning process, a very, very hard learning process. But then I'm so happy because I see all the great results and I see how much we've impacted so many people around us, not only our team, but directly, indirectly. It's been a beautiful journey. I'm so, so happy with how things are coming out.
Well, it seems like you've been really fortunate at this point now, or I shouldn't say fortunate because you've been working very hard. And like you said, it's been a long journey, but you have so many celebrities and influencers and people that are just loving your brand right now, not surprisingly. and people are posting about it all the time. So what is it that you really think about when you want to partner with someone, whether that be a celebrity, whether that be an influencer, or even if it was another brand? Like, I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure you have people that are reaching out that want to do collaborations, but what is it that, you kind of have to take into consideration in order for it to be a win for you?
The creative process is the part that I enjoy the most. So bringing someone on board for a specific capsule or a specific mission, it's exciting for me. It's like bringing another creative into my creative arena and trying to make things for something that have one specific meaning with that person. So it's like giving birth to a little Porter bra baby all over. So yes, we are in fact contemplating and in conversations with very exciting opportunities for next year for Porter bra. And what I've been thinking of lately a lot is how I want to create a lab for these collaborators to come into my creative space. And so it becomes like a really nice experience for them to come by and understand the concept of Porter bra, maybe treating them to our lifestyle, to our type of ballet classes or bar classes, and having them understand what our values are and sort of go with them through the whole process. So whatever we create together makes sense, not only for their community or with their style or their mindset, but also just being very careful that we're not breaking our DNA, we're not breaking our code, and that we're still catering to our community, which we want to bring and be engaged all the time, which is something I do on Instagram. I repost almost everybody who, obviously there's private accounts that I never get to see, so I never get to repost, but what I can see, I repost. I love for real people with our clothes giving their testimony of how they feel with them. And we're bringing more inclusion. We're bringing more, different body types, different women to also sort of, give their testimony of how they feel, because it's made for all women. In fact, we make to order. So I've had clients that tell me, listen, I had this surgery and I need for this, for the sewings not to be specifically in that area. Is there something that we can do? Of course, we can, we can do that for you. And
I love that.
It might have a little extra cost for our people to make, but it's doable, and it's not even more like too expensive. It's just something more that I give to my collaborators when they take time off. And so I sort of, that's what we do. I mean, we can always twitch, we can always make some changes to make you happy and for your body to feel at its best, at its most comfortable, at its most the best that we can do.
Feeling good is definitely a top priority for you guys.
It is. Feeling, looking, and knowing that it's made with good hands. There's good people here that's being taught, and we've been teaching the trade to women, and it's beautiful. Just everything in the behind the scenes is so nice that if you met these people, you would be in love. They're amazing. So they're my family.
I have to ask, I mean, I don't know what the market is for this. There's not a lot of babies that are doing workouts, but I have to say, I would die to see a kid's line. I mean, my daughter would just eat it up, and I would love to have her in something because it's just the absolute cutest. But there's so many sort of like precious little like tutus and little outfits for dance classes, but there's nothing like this that exists in that world. Would that ever be something that you would go into?
Absolutely. I'm a mother myself, and I'm obsessed with creating things for Alana, my little girl, and she looks so pretty in Porter bra. She owns this little jacket, and she owns the little leggings and bikers, and she owns her little ruffle swimwear. So I love to see her. It's just that the reason why it's not out there yet is I would love to create it in collaboration with a specific retailer that understands also that the cost to make a little tiny thing, sometimes it's even higher than to create ours. And it's hard for a mom for me to tell them your leggings are $155 and your kids' leggings is $145, and they're like, why? It's like this and mine is like this. I'm like, I know, but you don't know the time and effort for these people to sew all these little arrows with each other, and it's just the same amount of time for them, and it's just crazy, So At the beginning, because we were starting out, we didn't want to go that path because it's a very tough road at the beginning, especially if your price point is a little higher. But now that we're more established, I feel like there's going to be exciting collaborations for little kids. You can see Melissa. We made for Melissa Wood and her little baby daughter. We made her some like a twinning set, and people went nuts about it. They would write in, please, please, please. I'm like, yes. I mean, it will come eventually, but that was just a treat for her because she's been so sweet to us, and she's been so great and generous. We wanted to make something special for her, but it's not still in the market. So yeah, those things happen, and I love to create.
Well, I'm first in line when it's there, and I'm sure
You
a
will
lot
be,
of other people will be.
Of course, Jess, of course.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to ask you one last quick question. If you could leave us with some of your styling tips. So what are your favorite pieces, to kind of style into your regular wardrobe that you normally use?
I obviously am obsessed with my blazer, with this jacket. It's just so versatile. I cannot even explain. You're gonna catch a plane. You're gonna go for dinner. You're gonna do a Zoom meeting.
Soft.
And it's so soft and it's so nice. The fit is nice. It's oversized, but it's not too big. But then it has a feminine flair. So it's definitely one of my own favorites. And then I do a lot of the shoulder piece, sort of like a little bolero that we pair with everything, and it gives you shoulders again, and it gives you that neck, but you can just put it in and out, and you can wear with a jumpsuit or even swimwear or a crop top or leggings. So it's very versatile. I love the pieces that are really, really versatile.
I love that there's the lifestyle pieces that kind of help sort of like bring it in and out of like life and workout.
Exactly, because it's like a transitioning fabric. You go from the soft, like the smooth lycra to this textured one, and it just feels like you just elevated it, but it's still the same line. It's exactly the same line, the same palette. It's just they're cousins between, like they're brothers and sisters, the fabrics. So it makes sense. It's a good transition. I love those transition pieces, and I'm also wearing a lot of bikers. We have those Arrow bikers that are trending, and they're so nice, and they just make you look slimmer and nicer. I don't know what it is about those Arrows, but they make a really nice effect on the body, and those are, to me, like really my favorite. Of course, my ruffles. I don't know what it is about them. They just like open up, and then they look like wings.
They're so good.
It's nice. It's nice. So I recommend trying the pieces. Just one or two, and then when you like it enough, you're gonna want to have more pieces. And the fabrics are biodegradable, they're non-toxic, so it's safe on your skin. I just recommend to wash with eco soaps. Don't buy something that has no toxins and they put toxins on it. You just have to sort of be coherent with what you're buying, how you're caring for it, But that's a little tip also that I would love to share here with you.
Yeah. And then everyone, so if they want to buy any of your pieces, you guys ship to US and they can order on your website. That's what I did when I ordered my pieces. And it's very easy to shop now, so which is great.
And feel free, what I tell people, just, send us a DM, send us a message, ask about sizing, ask about if there's this piece in that color. Maybe you're going to see things in Instagram that maybe you don't see on the website. Just feel free to ask, connect, because we love to talk to you guys. And it's just nice to know what you're loving, what you're craving, what's next. It's nice to talk to the community and learn more before people shop. And the deliveries, we're shipping with DHL from Venezuela to everywhere in the world, but it's taking a little time. I mean, with COVID, it's the, I keep saying, I'm sorry, because there's delays. But if you're okay with a window of 2-3 weeks, you're fine. You're gonna be fine. Just,
Yep. So if you want it for the holidays, people, make sure you get your orders in early.
Yes, yes, for sure. That's a very, very good piece of advice. Yes.
Well, thank you so much,
Jess,
Clarissa.
thank you.
I'm just so happy to have met you digitally and to have discovered your brand and just, connected and started this friendship with you, because you're just so wonderful and your brand is beautiful. And I can't wait to see everything that you do, because I know that you are just going to be blowing up even more than you already have.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. I mean, it means so much to me. I followed you for so long and I really admire your work. I feel
Oh,
like
thank
you're
you.
a good friend since forever. So I'm so excited to have you in my network and to be your friend and to be here with your community. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Oh, I just adore you. All right. Well, good luck. I'll let you get back to your very busy day. Your skin is
Thank you.
beautiful, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, dear. Beso. Mwah.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.